Oh,
The
what's
light
up,
in
man?
the other car, man. I ain't even see the light.
Oh, shoot. Oh, well.
Hey. What's good?
Oh, everything. WHGE 95.3 FM coming up. The Open Eye. Anyway, let's see. Hey, Sherry, I see you, sister.
Oh, you got your other thing.
Yeah, what's up, Ron? Those of us that indulge in or commit intellectual violence don't do so for the pleasure of mental masturbation or even
Yo,
thinking.
good morning,
We do
Sherry.
so because
Yo,
it changes
good morning,
the
Vaughn. What's up? I know. What's happening, yo? Doing what we do. We get ready to get it in. You know what I'm saying?
Good morning, my children of the sun. Welcome to the Open Eye on WHGE 95.3 FM, the education advocacy station. And that's what we're here for, to educate you and to advocate for our society, for our people. That's where we not playing either. Look, like I've been doing here the past month, 2 months or so, every generation has its purpose. Ours is to reveal the truth and reverse the brainwashing. And that's what we do right here. I'm your host, Patrice Gibbs, your third eye optometrist, joined by my partner in consciousness, Nsoromma. Good morning, Nsoromma. Get your mic on there. Okay.
Wagwan.
All right.
Hello world, what's good? What's good?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
buddy. Let me get the disclaimer out the way right quick, and we're going to get it on.
The views and opinions expressed on Open Eye are those of the hosts, guests, and contributors, and do not reflect the policy or position of WHGE 95.3 FM, nor our sponsor, the Delaware Center for Homeless Vets.
Brother
Any
Misbah.
content provided by Open Eye's hosts, guests, or
What's good?
contributors are theirs and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, company, or individual.
WHGE 95.3 FM, the Open Eye. Today is October the 21st. Anybody that knows me or knows anything about me know how much I feel, how strongly I feel about this cat. Today is Dizzy Gillespie's birthday.
Oh yeah, that's your boy right there.
That's my
your boy.
man. That's my man. Dizzy was a pioneer of the bebop jazz movement and has become an influence for generations of jazz musicians who followed in his footsteps. Who was Dizzy Gillespie? John Burks Gillespie, better known as Dizzy, was an African-American jazz trumpeter, singer, composer, and band leader. Gillespie is one of the few musicians credited with introducing the masses to bebop music, a new style of jazz which was very different from swing, which was popular in the 1940s. He is known for his flamboyant performance style and on-stage clowning, which would earn him the nickname Dizzy. Along with his contemporaries like Thelonious Monk, Kenny Clark, and Charlie Parker, Gillespie gave rise to the bebop jazz style, which is considered the first wave of modern jazz. All right. Dizzy was born in 1917 in Sherwell, South Carolina. He died in 1993 at the age of 75. His father was a local band leader who taught him the basics of several instruments, including the piano. Early in his career in 1935, Gillespie joined the Frankie Fairfax Orchestra, which was his first professional job. Within a year, Gillespie would lead the play in bands of notable musicians like Cab Calloway, Ella Fitzgerald, and Earl Hines. Let me tell you something. Characteristics of Dizzy's music. The flatted fifth. And this is something that I criticize smooth jazz artists for. All right? You never played a flatted fifth in your whole damn career.
Ooh, a flatted fifth?
A flatted fifth. Gillespie is credited with popularizing the use of the augmented 11th or flat fifth interval, which has become one of the hallmarks of modern jazz. Depending on the pace, this can make his music sound suspenseful or give it a characteristic groove. His showmanship, Dizzy's nickname came from his flair for performance, right? Because he was known on stage for clowning. He would do stuff like, hey, let me introduce the band. Then he would turn to the band and say, hey, Charlie, this is Kenny Clark. Kenny, you ever met Charlie? He wouldn't introduce him to the audience. He'd introduce them to each other. Yeah, he was known for doing that, you know. But the thing about Dizzy was known as the clown prince of jazz. But Dizzy was one of the greatest teachers in jazz music. Some of his songs included A Night in Tunisia, one of my favorites. This song contains a number of strong Afro-Cuban rhythms and features a powerful trumpet solo from Gillespie. Salt Peanuts. This is one of the first bebop songs that come along that people really dug. Salt Peanuts. Oh, man. Groovin' High. This song is a medium tempo tune based on chord changes in 1920 whispering. Manteca. Manteca was performed at Carnegie Hall in 1947, where it was received positively along with A Night in Tunisia. This song is considered one of Gillespie's most important and most famous recordings. It is considered one of the earliest foundation works of Afro-Cuban jazz. Dizzy Gillespie. Man, the clown prince of jazz, like I said, one of the greatest teachers ever to sit on the stage. WHGE 95.3 FM. We're gonna come back hard.
Steven, what's up? Dizzy also gave Brownie his first break at the temple.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, what's good?
WHGE 95.3 FM, the Open Eye.
Yeah.
All right, check this out.
What?
All right. Reverend Chickenfoot said,
Reverend Chickenfoot?
yeah,
Alright.
he said, Jesus hasn't returned due to a lack of donations. The money just ain't coming in strong enough for Jesus to come back. Ain't that something?
Yeah.
Yeah, the money just ain't coming in strong. See, you know what? It's something that, quote George Carlin here. God is omnipotent. He knows everything.
Mm-hmm.
He's all powerful, all wise. Just can't handle money. Just can't handle money. Damnedest thing.
Wow.
And the thing about Christians, some Christians might get mad at me for that. I really don't care. And the thing about religious people, I'm not going to say just Christians, because it's Christians, Jews, and Muslims, all right? If you don't believe what they believe, they got a problem with you. It's okay for you to believe what you want to believe, all right? It's not okay, however, for you to insist that everyone else believe the same thing as you, especially some of the message. Do you know, y'all believe in Noah's Ark, the flood and all that? Okay? So y'all think Noah, that two penguins walked from Antarctica to the Middle East to get on WHGE 95.3 FM, the Open Eye. Yeah, we still here.
No, my thing is, how you gonna give me an ultimatum about it? You gonna tell me if I ain't got no money, well, it ain't gonna happen for
Right.
you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't.
You didn't put no money in the pool pit. As far as Reverend Chickenfoot concerned, you're a heathen ass going to hell.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
Ain't it? That's word. And you know what? Check this out now. During the last presidential election season,
Right.
okay, I came out with some stuff that I know some Democrats, black, white, and otherwise, wasn't feeling. And what I said was our choices are dismal. Biden, Jim Crow Joe, a white supremacist, is directly responsible for mass incarceration, and proudly so. His vice president, Kamala Harris, declared war on black people in California and was gleeful about it. Jim Crow Joe seems to be on a mission to alienate black people throughout his campaign. Choosing Kamala Harris, a notorious Negro peeing bedwench, was the final slap in the face. Black people who support this awful team admonish those who are critical of his sorry ass. Want us to forget the past. That's no different from white people telling black people to get over it. The choices are dismal. They're still dismal. This is the reality that we're dealing with. The Democrats allowed this madness, not those who are not afraid to face and state the truth. We are not afraid to face and state the truth. And I tell you what, we all know what's going on in Israel, in the Middle East, in Palestine, okay?
He just gave him $100 million.
Yeah.
I mean, how?
Yeah.
When you don't look out for your own,
100 billion.
when you don't look out for your own,
Mm-hmm.
it starts home.
Yeah.
That was I was taught up for all my life. It starts in your home.
Mm-hmm.
For you, if you want your kids to grow up to be successful and respectful to the world and what it has to offer in the game,
Mm-hmm.
it has to start with the knowledge in the home.
Right.
And if he's not doing what he's supposed to do for the family that he has as a home,
Mm-hmm.
how could you be on the same? You're not on the same team. He ain't even on the team.
No.
No.
And here's what's real crazy now. Like you said, he gave him 100 million more. He's giving them billions of dollars.
Right.
And he's giving billions of dollars to the Ukraine. All right. Let me tell you a little difference here. All right. I have no support for the Ukraine. They can go to hell. They're a bunch of racist bastards. To hell with them. I don't care if Russia take them or not. All right. In Palestine, in Israel, okay, they have killed over 500 children in this short span of time. And he's given them more money to continue this ethnic cleansing, okay? In the Ukraine, they've been at war a year, okay? All right? They have not been responsible for the lives of children on the level that in one whole year, the Israelis have killed more Palestinian children. In these, 3 weeks that they've been at it, they've killed more Palestinian children than Ukraine has killed Russian children in the whole year they've been at war with Russia. Mm-hmm. And to make it worse, like I said, he's sending money over there to continue ethnic cleansing. Okay? And, it's something how some of these people are coming out. Some of these palm-colored people, Mayonnaise Brigade, saying to black people, this false thing came out that Black Lives Matter said they support Hamas in Palestine against Israel, and some white people, Jewish or whatever they were, reacted to that by saying, oh, well, I was in support of, the struggle that black people are going through. But if Black Lives Matter coming out and saying stuff like that, then I'm not in support of black people. Well, guess what? You can go to hell. You never was in support of us. You was only there to show off and to try to get control of the movement and what have you. I don't give a damn if you don't support us or not. Just like Dr. Clark said, if you're looking for a friend, look in the mirror. Because if you look at these so-called white allies, they are not our friends. All right? They only doing it for some feel good to say that, I supported the black cause. No, you didn't. Because I don't want white allies. What I want is co-conspirators. Because a co-conspirator is joining in on what I have to do to get my people free. A white ally, okay, is only joining in to make themselves feel good and to alleviate the guilt of the racism that their own damn family has participated in. You can go to hell. Now, let me tell you this.
What?
White lies are often uttered to protect someone or deflect the upsetting truths. Okay? And that's from reporter M.K. Badru Kimura. I'm obviously an Arab. Excuse me if I mispronounce your name, sir. The U.S. President Joe Biden's white lie obfuscated the horrific truth about the Israeli missile attack on the Baptist church in Gaza on Tuesday night, which took the lives of over 500 people. Biden probably felt safe because platinum-grade war crimes seldom get probed. Okay? Platinum-grade war crimes like the My Lai massacre in Vietnam, the Kunduz hospital airstrike in Afghanistan, Fallujah in Iraq. Nonetheless, there will be a trial at the high court of his own conscience. If and when such a moment comes, all he needs to do is to read a stunning blog written by Jonathan Cook, an award-winning British journalist and author of Israel and the Clash of Civilizations, who was based in Nazareth for 20 years. Cook wrote, it's not unlikely that a Palestinian rocket hit the Gaza hospital. It's not unlikely. It's impossible. The media knew that, but they just don't dare say it. Biden knew it too. Read carefully. Listen to his remark. This is what he said when he got to Israel Wednesday. Based on what I've seen, it appears as though it was done by the other team, not you. That's what he told Netanyahu. He said that the Hamas or the Palestinians bombed their own hospital. But there's a lot of people out there not sure. Okay? How in the hell did you get up and say something like that? that these people bombed their own children so that you could get the appearance that what the Israelis are doing was the right thing to do. The Israelis murdered those children. They're bombing hospitals, schools in Gaza. And for those of you that don't know, Gaza is an open air concentration camp. That's exactly what it is. It's fenced in. They done cut off the water, the food, okay? And you know what? I saw Minister Farrakhan, all right? And he said, you know, what if you're in a situation where the powers that be can cut off your food and water, the electricity, your ability to stay warm? What are you going to do? Because guess what? That's where we are. And
you ever been to Gaza?
No, I've never been to Gaza. No, I've never been to Gaza. That's not a place I want to be. Now, you know, I've seen a lot of black people come out in support of the Palestinians and saying that, you know, these are oppressed people and we as black people understand oppression. And this is so true. We do understand oppression because we dealt with it. Mm-hmm.
Right.
All right. But I have to wonder, what is the Arab world doing in support of the Palestinians? Okay? What are they doing in support of the Palestinians? Because you're not hearing a whole lot. And of course, they're condemning Israel for what they did, and some of them are even condemning Hamas. Okay? But here's another crazy thing. I've seen especially black Christians, say we have to support Israel because it's the Holy Land. And the people there are God's chosen people, and going against them will bring about a curse from God. Mm-hmm. And you're the same people that are Christians that are Reverend Chickenfoot is telling you Jesus ain't come because they ain't get enough money. Now, for those of you that are in support of the Palestinians, let me remind you of something. There are people that are Afro-Palestinians, meaning they are Palestinians of African descent.
Right.
Okay. But the Palestinians dog them as hard as any white supremacist dog any black people here in America. And you want me to support this? You want me to support this? I really don't give a damn about that. It's really none of our business. Okay?
I mean, a lot of them act like we ain't none of their business.
That's right.
That's what get me.
You hit that nail on the head. You know, because here's the thing. You, as Palestinians, the Arab Palestinians, are being dogged by the Israelis. But you got enough goddamn time to be racist against black people. WHGE 95.3 FM. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, the Open Eye.
Yo, Vaughn, your boy go in. Your boy. Vaughn, your boy. Yo, brother Miss Spy, yo, what's good? You still chilling, huh? I see you. I know. What's up? Ain't nothing. That's what we doing. You know what I'm saying? We stirring it up a little bit. Stirring it up. Yo, you stupid, yo. And I was thinking about how, you know, all the Palestinians, right, bum rush the, you know, Trump people did. They doing the same thing. Yeah, right now. So Biden, what's going on? I mean, ain't none of them being punished or whatever for that. That's considered treason too, right?
Well, they're considered terrorists.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's considered. Yeah. The Palestinians, of course, are considered terrorists. Let's get back on there.
Yeah.
WHGE 95.3 FM, the Open Eye. I'm Patrice Gibbs.
Nsoromma in the building.
All right.
Right.
You know, like you were saying, you know, and I said it last week, one man's terrorist is another man's revolutionary. Right? Speaking of terrorists, the orange disaster, he in a lot of trouble. People jumping shit. Yeah, buddy. You know, when crap hit the fan, you know, or the Titanic hit the iceberg, a lot of people go here and get off the ship. Yeah, nah, I ain't with that.
Ship to jump in the ice cold water that'll freeze you in 30 seconds.
Yeah, buddy.
They rather jump in.
They rather jump ship.
Commit suicide.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, buddy. Because don't nobody want to go to jail. And I ain't even got to tell you what.
What?
MAGA lawyer Sidney Powell pled guilty and flips on Trump in Georgia election interference conspiracy case. Trump attorney Sidney Powell pled guilty in the Georgia election subversion case. Former Donald Trump attorney has pleaded guilty, right? Okay, as part of her guilty plea, she admitted her role in the 2021 breach of election systems in rural Coffee County, Georgia, with the help of local GOP officials. A group of Trump supporters accessed and copied information from the county's election system in hopes of somehow proving that the election was rigged against Trump. Fulton County prosecutors are recommending a sentence of 6 years of probation. See, she'd rather get probation than go sit in jail. And if that means throwing Trump under the bus, she with it. She will also be required to testify at future trials, write an apology letter, excuse me, an apology letter to the citizens of Georgia, pay nearly $9,000 in restitutions and fines. That ain't enough.
Right. I mean, listen to the punishment.
Yeah.
Like, yo.
You know? Yeah, you're going to go in witness protection with $9,000 less than you had. It ain't enough. All right? She was a co-defendant in the case and does not appear in Powell's plea documents and was not mentioned at the brief plea hearing Thursday. At the 2020 election, Powell has peddled conspiracy theories about purported fraud and false claims about millions of votes being flipped in a global scheme against Trump. Yo, you know what? He also said, she also said it involved Venezuela and several other foreign powers.
Wow.
Venezuela don't give a damn about whether Trump is in office or not. And she's now the second person in the sprawling racketeering case to plead guilty. See, that's what happened in the racketeering cases. They start talking about getting your ass some big time. Yeah.
Not only you, your family. They say if you don't help us out, we go get everybody you know.
And have them locked the hell up.
Yeah. That's what they do. They wow.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Well, that's a beautiful thing. You know, one of the...
You said it's a beautiful thing?
That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. Yeah, that's going to jail. Yeah. That's word. And she got to go hide out because she a snitch. And she going to rat everybody out. And since she decided, another co-conspirator, I don't have his name in front of me, but since she came out and decided she was going to snitch, he was like, uh-oh.
I better get on board because he might say my name.
That's right. And so now he's going to snitch too. I snitch. I know what happened.
And then it's going to turn it into first come, first serve.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All y'all jammed up.
Oh my God.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, and that's what's going to happen, right? Now, one of the things that we as black people in America have dealt with is the theft of our land. We actually own less land now in 2023 than we owned in 1870, when we had just came out of slavery, bought farms, and what happened? It's been millions of acres stolen from our people. How do they go about that? You know, well, they've done it in several ways, okay? During Jim Crow years, you know, they did it through terrorism. Whites would come on the land and murder black people and run them off the land and then declare it theirs. You know, in modern times, they've done it through the courts. You know, they've been very sly and slick about it. All right? In 2012, a stranger sued the Robinson family trying to force them to sell the land they inherited after their grandfather passed. A black family spent the past 12 years in court fighting a stranger who were trying to force them to sell their shares of their land in Barlow Bend, Alabama. Okay, under Alabama real estate law, anyone who owns interest in a plot of land could sue the other landowners to force a sale. Okay, in this case, James E. Deshier II purchased 1/15 of the Robinson family land, which granted him the legal right to try and acquire the whole plot. Michael Robinson didn't even know that his family owned the land until Deshier initiated the lawsuit. Robinson's grandfather, Joe Eli, had passed down the 127 acres to his family members via an inheritance after he died. Robinson was shocked, saying, "I could not believe that someone we didn't know now owned a portion of our family's land." Robinson, an advisor to corporations and nonprofits, knew it would be up to him to ensure that his family's legacy was not lost. Okay, and he hung in there, and he got his people's land back. But how many people haven't hung in there and got their family's land back?
Or can't afford to hang in
And
there.
can afford
Right.
to fight these lawsuits
Right.
that these thieves come up with. Okay, and here's the thing: reclaiming the land is not. It is about reclaiming our birthright. Okay, Robinson said he never met his grandfather, who died in 1959 before he was born. But it's so important to honor his legacy and the intent when he purchased that land. He could only dream or imagine where we are as people of color today. And I wanted to take the blood, sweat, and tears that went into that land and not let that die.
Right.
That's
only right then.
That's only right. WHGE 95.3 FM, the Open Eye.
Yo, I know Vaughn. Hey, yo, what up, Dan? Ain't nothing. I'm doing what I do, me and Pete, you know what I'm saying? I know. Where is the land of Mambo? Moab. What's that?
Moab?
Yeah.
Who's asking?
My boy Anno. He into it.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you about Moab.
He gonna tell us about Moab.
Okay.
Yo, Anno, let's see what's going on.
All right.
Oh, you gonna say it on the air? Or
Oh yeah, I'm gonna say it on the air.
All right, wait till we go on the air. When we come back, we're gonna start talking about that. And where is the land of Moab? Let me ask the question too.
Okay. WHGE 95.3 FM, the Open Eye. We got a question.
Yo, where is the land of Moab?
Moab is in the Middle East. Okay.
The Middle East.
Yeah.
All
right. And I know that some
Anno.
Okay, Brother Anno. Is Brother Anno a Moor?
I don't know. I think so.
And does he consider himself a Moabite?
I don't know.
A Moabite being someone from Moab.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, well, let me tell you about the Moabites. Okay? Okay, many of the brothers from the Moorish Science Temple say they are the ancient Moabites. Okay? All right? All right? In the Bible, Lot, who was Abraham's nephew, lived in Sodom. Okay, you heard of Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, and when God's angels told him to leave, he left Sodom and Gomorrah, and God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, one of the instructions was not to look back. And Lot's wife couldn't resist it, and she looked back, and she was turned into a pillar of salt.
Right.
Okay, most of us know that.
I heard
story.
that. Yeah.
Right? So that left Lot and his daughters, who continued to flee, and then they found a cave. Now, the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah in the Bible was, a devastating thing. It was, almost like a nuclear bomb being dropped. They didn't look back and see it, but they figured they had to be, after all this destruction that went on, they had to be the only people left in the world. So Lot and his daughters went and found a cave for, shelter and what have you. Now, Lot's daughters discussed this amongst themselves and said, he had no sons, and we're the only offsprings that he had, and this is the end of the world. there's no more people left. We got to do something to keep our people going.
Mm-hmm.
So they got their father drunk with wine and had sex with him.
Wow.
That's called incest.
Mm-hmm.
That's called incest. And they had sex with their father and they became pregnant. Now, one of his daughters had a son. And she named that son Moab. And this is where the Moabites come from incest. Now, you're claiming to be...
He said he's an ancient American mound builder.
No.
It's his status.
No.
He stand on.
No. Where you get that crap from? I'm going to need receipts on that because that's BS. All right? That's BS. That's where that comes from, that Moore Science Temple stuff. And there's no proof of that. Okay, and I know if you're in the Moore Science Temple and you read the Circle 7 Quran, okay, all right, I'm going to have to tell you something hardcore. The Circle 7 Quran has a disclaimer. If your holy book has a disclaimer, your religion is trash. WHGE 95.3 FM, the Open Eye.
But no, everything has a disclaimer. You don't want a person to go out there and read it and do something that's in the book and then come back and try to kill you. Everything that you put out publicly is supposed to have a disclaimer, right?
No, not religious books.
Not religious books.
Right.
Okay.
The Circle 7 Quran was plagiarized from the agrarian gospel.
You hear me, man? All right.
All right.
Uh-huh.
That's where a lot of the stuff out of the Circle 7 Quran got in the...
He said, "Oh no!" He said, "Laughing out loud. I'm not in the Moorish stuff."
Oh, okay, big ups, brother.
He said, "Big ups, then, brother. Big ups, big ups."
Word. Big ups. That's word. WHGE 95.3 FM, the Open Eye. I'm Patrice Gibbs.
Nsoromma.
Stop telling us to get over it when you keep doing this crap to us.
Right.
Go to hell with that. Stop telling us to get over it. Keandre Taylor was 31 years old, the father of 3 children, when his life was snatched away. He was working in Jacksonville, Florida, for travel centers, TA, Petro, in a very racist, hostile environment. He was found lynched in a storage shed at his job at TA Travel Centers of America.
How you get lynched at your job?
Yeah.
This is a place of employment.
Mm-hmm. In his work uniform.
What the?
Yeah. The family were not notified, even though his mother is listed on as his emergency contact. A close friend of the family informed them of the tragic loss. They had to hear from a close friend. The police are not investigating this, and they're trying to rule it a suicide. There were reported injuries to the eyes and head, which are not consistent in suicide cases. We can allow this case to be swept under the rug if we want to. And look, no mainstream press is reporting on this situation. Let's help the family get justice.
And that's the main thing about this injustice in America.
Mm-hmm.
There's no footage of what's going on with the black person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
It's a
right.
black person killed every 30-something seconds in America.
Mm-hmm.
And that's whether they do it themselves, but it's mainly by police officers and law enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
And that's crazy.
That is.
How's that crazy?
That's right. Yes, indeed. You know, Dwana Gooch, who was a friend of his, said, they killed my boy.
Right.
And the police are not investigating. Mm-hmm.
Did the police have anything to do with it?
And that wouldn't be surprising.
That's
And
crazy.
it wouldn't be nothing new. He worked with some racist people and they treated him unfair. They picked on him and tried to run him off. But he stood his ground. Now all of a sudden he's found dead at work. And his emergency contact wasn't notified. Make it make sense.
It's not. Because it don't make no sense.
That's word. I don't want to die out here, man. These were some of the last words Keandre Taylor wrote to his family. Less than 48 hours before his death, Keandre expressed his fear of dying at the hands of racist and sexist staff at travel centers in Baldwin, Florida. September 30th, 2023, Keandre was hung, lynched, murdered. I want y'all to listen to this. I want you to listen to this clearly. A black man was lynched yesterday. His family cried and prayed. The cops said it was a suicide. His mother mourns and cries. A black man was lynched yesterday. None of us know what to say. Filled with fear, blind with tears. A black man was lynched yesterday. Some of us are filled with anger and rage. Some of us want to make them pay. A black man was lynched yesterday, but it seems strange to me. A black man was lynched yesterday, and it's 2023. That's a poem from Sister Rhonda Sekhmet Ra.
Thank you, sister.
Powerful. WHGE 95.3 FM. Open Eye.
Miss Porter, wagwan, how you? Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah. Yo, Anna, what's up? Okay. I just saying. Yaga. Meeks, what's good?
Yes, indeed. WHGE 95.3 FM, the Open Eye.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, man.
You know, it's something that when we get caught up in these religions, especially the mainstream religions,
Right.
the Abrahamic religions,
Right.
Judaism, Islam,
Right.
and Christianity,
Mm-hmm.
you know, one of the major tenets of Christianity is forgiveness. Yes, indeed, forgiveness.
A Christianity?
Yeah, that's the major tenet of Christianity. God forgives. So you must forgive your fellow man for his transgressions against you. You know what? God forgives, I don't. As a matter of fact, we need to stop being so forgiving with everybody and letting crap slide all the time. Because people know exactly what they're doing.
And they know you're going to forgive them.
And they know you're going to forgive them.
So,
Yeah.
or you prone to forgive them because you programmed to forgive them. But it's, you know, it's all in one's faith.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So,
you know, we got that, you know, that misunderstanding, turn the other cheek, you know, because so many people preach that, you know, Jesus said, turn the other cheek. Okay. Well, you know, if someone slaps you, turn the other cheek.
in his last days, Malcolm X, but Martin Luther King has stopped saying that.
Yeah, that's word. Because they went down with that turn the other cheek thing. And because they understood, see, the thing is this, all right? If in the days where, you know, you slap somebody and it led to a duel, somebody had to go, okay? But if you slap them, and as a rule, that slap was with a glove or with the back of your hand.
As a disrespect.
As a disrespect, okay? But even more disrespectful was to slap someone with an open hand because you weren't slapping them as if you were concerned about their manhood. And you were worried that they were going to retaliate in the way a man would or approach that situation and a man would. So you would slap them with the open hand. So Jesus said, oh, let me turn the other cheek so you can slap me like a man so I can deal with your ass. Ooh. Turn the other cheek, yeah. That's word, you know. And I see you, Sister Tracy said, F that, I'm not turning ish. Yeah. The white man, go ahead.
I said, but then they say, do unto others as you want them to
do unto you, yeah.
I mean, you slap me, what you think you want? It's just, they gonna go together immediately.
Right. And they do unto others? Okay, my thing is this. All right, depending on who I'm dealing with, all right, do on to others before they get the chance to do on to you.
You said before?
Before. Yeah.
Like you said, they smack you.
Yeah.
That's you expecting something to be done.
That's right.
You doing this.
Yeah. If I see you gearing up to smack me, guess what? I'm gonna knock you out.
You stepping in. You gotta let them execute the plan. For you to be.
But if I know what the plan is going to be,
the correct one in the situation, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you have to let it unfold, because they may get to that last point and decide to change their mind and not do that.
Yeah.
And then, well, I wasn't gonna hit you, and you just hit me. I mean, it looked like you was gonna hit me. Now you're the aggressor.
That's word. Yeah, and I understand what you're saying, and you got to let them, bring their plan to fruition.
Right.
But sometimes letting them bring that plan to fruition could be fatal.
That's what they're doing to us now in the criminal system, the legal system in America, the black people. They profile us and think we're going to do this before we even think about doing whatever they think we're going to do, and lock us up. Literally.
Wow. That's what I'm saying.
Let it unfold. Let it unfold, Pat.
When you see that plan formulating, and you see them coming with that crap, go ahead and gun up. Go ahead and strap up. That's word.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, this white man, he's been convicted on 6 federal hate crimes.
Wow.
On 6 federal hate crime counts.
And he's still out of prison.
Well, listen to this. You just check this out. This is why I talked about forgiveness.
Okay.
For racially assaulting a black historian. A white man is facing prison time in the racist attack of black historian Marvin Dunn. The irony is that the racist attack occurred in Rosewood, Florida, the very grounds of tragic race massacre that claimed an entire town of black people.
Wow.
David Allen Emanuel, 62, set his sights on bothering Florida International University professor Marvin Dunn on September 6, 2022. Dunn and a group of men, a mix of white and black, were meeting to discuss the plans for a peace house in honor of the Rosewood massacre. Right? And that comes from the Miami New Times. In 1923, for those who don't know, a mob of 200 white men pummeled the community, killing dozens of black men, women, and children, and burnt the town to a crisp over false accusation that black Rosewood resident assaulted a white woman.
Wow.
Now, Dunn's meeting was interrupted by Emmanuel. What was his name? I got it on here on this page here. What was his name? David Allen Emanuel. This guy's 62 years old, same age as me.
Wow.
Definitely. It was interrupted by Emanuel when he started shouting at the group and calling them the N-word. Unprovoked. And of course, they don't need any provocation to start calling us the N-word. That's just in them. They be coming at us with some racism. It's just in them. He drove his truck toward the group at full speed as if he was going to hit them. Authorities say he was arrested a week later for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and allegedly complained on his way down to the jailhouse. Now check this out. This was his complaint. This was this racist complaint. Yeah, I had to check myself. I almost said something.
I had the boot ready though, boy.
Oh boy, it would have been needed more than a boot for what I was going to say. He said, I didn't do a goddamn thing. Get treated like this over effing N-word. All right? His criminal punishment didn't stop there either. All right? He's a 62 white resident. He was convicted, all right, in July and faced up to 10 years in prison. Instead, U.S. District Judge Alan Windsor sentenced him to a year and a day for each count to be served concurrently. That means that he had 1 year and a day. He was indicted on federal hate crime charges for willfully intimidating and attempting to intimidate the 6 men with his truck. Emmanuel's federal public defender had asked for probation and no jail time, telling the court Emmanuel wants to offer his deepest apologies to the victims in this case. Oh, you didn't have no apologies until it was time to go to jail. Go to hell. Ooh. All right. This is what the black professor said. For me, my faith requires forgiveness. And so I must. It requires me to love my neighbor as well. But I have more work to do on that. I'm not asking my neighbor to love me or even apologize to us. I only ask that he assures the court that we can live in peace as neighbors. So I forgive him. You know what, Professor Dunn? You done lost your damn mind. Are you crazy? You forgave him that? Let me tell you something.
He would have hung your daughter.
You're bigger than big. Bigger than big.
Stabbed your son up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's raging them kind of people, though.
I'm telling you.
And
something else.
Yeah, and it's not unnecessary rage.
Mm-hmm. And it reminds me of this. I may have told y'all about this before. This is what Jennifer Sodner, who is an author and life coach, this is what she said.
Okay.
When you think about another as selfish or wrong, you are putting that negativity out there. You are saying that they are less than good, less than love. When you believe that another human being can be less than love, you believe you too can be less than love. And so you will be. That's from Jennifer Sodner, author and life coach. Don't let her coach you on a goddamn thing. She is out her mind. This is that BS. This fails to recognize that some people are a negative force and are effed up and don't deserve to be in your life. Don't deserve forgiveness. Even worse, this states that if you call people out for being effed up, you're effed up. Don't buy into that. Let's all hold hands and sing Kumbaya, because some people are effed up. And it is wise to recognize that and act accordingly.
Right.
That's what it's this kind of unrealistic BS that got our people in trouble. That's that BS.
Some people need to be in prison.
I'm telling you.
You know what I'm saying? It's just in DNA fact.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, it goes for everything. Yin and yang in every model.
That's word. Now, Sister Tracy said about that, and this was a while back. I know you said it a while back, sister. Big ups.
Big up.
All right. She said, this is part of the reason why we are still in the same predicament.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what the atrocity, no matter the evil committed against our children, no matter how depraved the act, we forgive. This continued ongoing forgiveness without the slightest hint of defending ourselves and ours is given approval and permission to continue to terrorize and kill not only us, but our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren. We are responsible for making it clear that we won't forgive terrorism and murder, and that we will defend ourselves. Or we could continue to sign off on mistreatment for generations to come by continued forgiveness of being oppressed. When I heard that black woman swayed by those fake tears that she cried, I wanted to slap a muzzle on her. She was talking about a black woman that forgave some racism. Mm-hmm. If the situation was reversed, it would have called for your lynching with no compassion or forgiveness. And let me tell you something.
And some say that makes us that spiritual being, mm-hmm. Black people, that we can go
forgive.
Through so much and make that choice just like that, mm-hmm. and not carry that with them.
That's right.
You know, I don't know, but that's what.
Mm-hmm. Well, we need to stop that, and I'm gonna tell you something. I don't think that was really ever in me to that level, because I'm not a forgiving man. If you slap me and apologize, my face still stinks. If you have oppressed my people, remove the symbols that represent that oppression. My grandfathers and grandmothers didn't survive that oppression, and my brothers and sisters are still incarcerated. My sons and daughters are still being murdered, and your children are still benefiting from the privilege of my stolen labor. I'll be damned if I forgive a damn thing. Boo! I've never been forgiven for being born black, and nor do I ask to. Kiss my ass. As a matter of fact, kiss my proud black ass. I was told I'm better than this. That my vocabulary far exceeds the provocative language that I have used in stating this. You know what? I would write a 10-page essay with $20 and $30 words on why the African should never forgive the slave's transgression committed against us. But not today. Go to hell. Ooh. WHGE 95.3 FM, the open eye.
Yeah.
And as we always tell you, destiny determines who enters your life, but you decide who stays. Therefore, value those who value you and don't treat those as a priority.
Who treat you as an option. Think about that.
The open eye. WHGE 95.3 FM.
Yaga. Yo, boy. What's good? Yo, our time be going so quick, you know what I'm saying? We be dropping a little bit of science on y'all, you know what I mean? So, yo, thank y'all for tuning in, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to us, talk to us so we can kick some of the stuff y'all talk about. We pick out people's names and what they saying that's dealing with the conversation. So, yo, communicate with us. Become tighter.
Yes, indeed. And like I always tell you, like I always say, global African supremacy. Because when we ruled the world, everybody ate. Remember, Egypt went 3,000 years without a war. It's balance. Global African supremacy. Because the world was a much better place when the black man ruled. Peace.
Oh yeah, streaming all platforms. Nsoromma, Mr. Gibbs. You dig?
All right.
Peace.